Hello. I've just had some psychic experiences. They about how vibration is used to disconnect people from their souls. Your souls are a collection of thoughts, as far as I can tell, and they are definitely who you are. For example, you're not your dog's thoughts or a cactus's thoughts. You're yours. Some people just barked at me, people who hang around my flat. It's the middle of the night and they just barked at me. And they must have been, I'm upstairs in my flat. They must have barked directly at my head because I felt it vibrate twice each time they barked. And what they were doing was mimicking my own frequency, but more powerfully. So say, for example, I was vibrating at middle C, which is a note, at middle C at, I don't know, 10 decibels. They were, which is a measure of sound volume. They vibrated at the same frequency, but much more powerfully. This dislodged my own self and my own shell, I think it is, outer shell, conscious thought perhaps, and which might have been making that particular frequency. And they then were more attractive to it because they had a higher frequency, I suppose. They were more distracting to it, and it's subconscious, so it's used to following whatever the lead thought is. And when they produced that lead thought, or the vibration of it more powerfully, the subconscious automatically went to them, and they then drew some of it away. It breaks off, leaving some remains, like if you were trying to pick up something not quite solid, like a jelly. Some of it would break away and you'd have some in your hand and there'd be some left on the plate. Well, the victim gets what's left on the plate, and they walk off with some of it. If they manage to get an awful lot, they might kill you, but they'd just be glad because they got an awful lot. And you'd be dead, and it wouldn't bother them because they'd just go on to somebody else. These are like the Morlocks they're cannibals. They're Morlocks, they're cannibals, except that they use, what they're after is mind experiences. If they could produce this mind that they're after themselves, then they wouldn't need to keep coming and getting it. They can't produce it, therefore they're using it up. That means they're killing it. They're using it like food, they're cannibals. When we get food in our stomachs, we take it to pieces chemically and use it ourselves. They must be just using up what they take until it's useless and then throwing away whatever's left. We have cannibals out there, psychic cannibals, eating us alive. Earlier today, somebody did the same sort of thing, using a resonant voice. A man with a deepish voice spoke loudly in the street outside, but he was actually producing the same frequency. Despite whatever words he was saying to his friend, he was producing the same frequency as my lead thought was, my consciousness was producing, and was trying to take my thoughts away at that time. I just kept changing my lead thought until he gave up trying to chase it, because it's harder for them, usually, unless they're expert killers, to they don't always win fights, basically, psychic fights. They don't always run as fast as you can. This is literally a life and death struggle going on here, of an animal kind, in the psychic sense. So I literally ran away from him by changing my thoughts continually, my lead thought, my consciousness continually, until he gave up and left me alone. But tonight, somebody who's a more expert killer, which the ones that hang around at night tend to be, or some gangs of them that roam the place, the streets tend to be, barked at me strongly and loudly from the street, and I felt the vibrations in my head, and they managed to produce a stronger signal to my subconscious and tear away a large piece of me. That was just about an hour or so ago. I've been thinking about the best way to explain it since then, and have you come up with this. So anyway, my battery's going to possibly run flat soon, so I've got to finish this off and finish this video now, and we'll continue with it in the description. Please read the description. Thank you.